It had been 30 long years since the fateful day when Cersei Lannister betrayed Daenerys Targaryen, killing her and one of her dragons, Rhaegal. King's Landing was now a kingdom ruled by fear and treachery under Cersei's iron grip. Jon Snow, shattered by the loss of Daenerys, fled to the north with their only daughter, Lyanna Targaryen, to escape the chaos. Jon Snow was now an old man. His hair had gone completely white, his once strong frame bent by the weight of the years, and the pain of losing both Daenerys and the future they had hoped for. Lyanna, however, was every bit her mother's daughter. With silver hair and her father's dark, brooding eyes, she grew into a fierce and determined woman, one with fire in her heart. Ever since her youth, Lyanna had been restless. She knew her destiny did not lie in the frozen wilderness of the north. Tales of her mother's dragons, particularly Drogon, who had disappeared after Daenerys' death, haunted her dreams. She felt a deep connection to the creatures, as if their blood flowed through her veins. She knew Drogon was still out there, somewhere, waiting. One morning, after years of training with the warriors of the north and learning the ancient stories of her Targaryen ancestors, Lyanna made a decision. She kissed her aging father goodbye, promised to return, and left on a quest to find Drogon and bring justice to their family's legacy. For years, Lyanna wandered far and wide, searching for Drogon. Her journey took her across the narrow sea, deep into the ruins of Valyria, and into the Red Waste. Along the way, she encountered tribes, magicians, and seers, all with vague rumors of a dragon that roamed the skies, its flame brighter than any other. It wasn't until she reached the hidden caves and she finally found what she sought. Deep within a dark, ancient cave, Drogon was laying there. But something else caught Lyanna's eye. Near Drogon lay a single dragon egg, glowing faintly with life. The last of Daenerys' bloodline. Lyanna knelt before the great beast, speaking softly in Valyrian, the language of dragons. Drogon, recognizing her as his true rider, raised his head and let out a mighty roar, shaking the cavern walls. She had found her dragon, and with him, the power to reclaim what has been stolen from her family. Lyanna returned to Westeros, not as the daughter of a fallen queen, but as a dragon rider, Daenerys' true heir. Drogon flew beside her, the skies filled with his thunderous roars. Word of her return spread like wildfire, and whispers of rebellion stirred across the realm. Cersei Lannister, now an aging queen herself, still clung to the Iron Throne. She had ruled through fear for decades, but she knew her time was running out. When she heard that a Targaryen dragon rider was returning to claim the throne, she prepared her forces for one final battle. Lyanna marched toward King's Landing with the support of loyal northern bannermen, Dothraki tribes, and those still loyal to the memory of her mother, Daenerys. Drogon soared above them, his massive wings casting shadows over the city. The battle for King's Landing was fierce. Cersei, desperate to hold on to power, unleashed the full might of her army, along with scorpions designed to kill dragons. Drogon fought valiantly, laying waste to Cersei's defenses with fire. Lyanna, riding on Drogon's back, led the charge, her heart burning with vengeance for her mother's death. Finally, Lyanna entered the throne room, where Cersei was waiting for her sitting on her throne. The fight came to a climax when Drogon, after a relentless barrage of scorpion bolts, was struck deeply, his wings torn and his body heavily wounded. Even as he bled, Drogon's fury was unstoppable. In a final burst of flame, he incinerated Cersei's forces, and brought down the Red Keep. Lyanna faced Cersei, the woman who had taken everything from her family. She didn't hesitate. With a swift strike, she ended Cersei's reign, finally avenging Daenerys' death. As Lyanna stood victorious over Cersei's body, she heard a roar of pain from outside. She rushed to Drogon, only to find her beloved dragon gravely wounded, his breaths shallow and laboured. Lyanna knelt beside him, tears in her eyes. Drogon had fought for her mother's memory. In his final moments, Drogon let out a soft rumble, as if to say goodbye, before closing his eyes forever. The last living dragon had died, but not in vain. His sacrifice had brought peace to Westeros and restored the Targaryen name. Lyanna, now the rightful queen, stood over the ruins of King's Landing, the dragon egg clutched tightly in her hand. She had avenged her mother, reclaimed her family's honor, and freed Westeros from the tyranny of Cersei Lannister. But the cost had been great. With Drogon gone, the age of dragons had ended once again. But Lyanna carried within her the promise of a new beginning. The egg she had found still pulsed with life, a symbol of the future. And in that moment, Lyanna swore to rebuild Westeros, not with fear and fire, but with justice and peace. As she returned to the north to tell her father of her victory, she knew that the legacy of House Targaryen would live on through her, and one day, through the dragon that would hatch from the last egg.